Hello, welcome back to another Fabian channel. I'm Jacob J Books Corner, and today we are doing my quarterly book haul. Now, most people do like a monthly book haul or anything like that, and I feel like I have a lot of books to talk about today, so we could have maybe done a monthly book haul. However, I find that some quarters I buy a shit ton of books, and some quarters I spend zero money and I don't buy a book. This quarter, however, because I didn't have a book haul last quarter, I really made it my intention to go out and to purchase things. Luckily enough, as you're gonna see here, I didn't buy most of these things full price. I did buy a lot of these things not full price. I also went to one or two library sales and found some books to finish off collections, even if I don't ever plan on like reading them, if that makes sense. I just own all of them. Anyway, first things first though, I do have several copies of my debut novel called Gunshot Residue. If you want to pick it up yourself, you don't again. Links in the description down below. Essentially, this follows Alex as he believes his husband is cheating on him, and he realizes some secrets deserve to stay buried when he goes out to find answers. And that's what this book is about. It's the first book in a romantic suspense trilogy. The second book, P49, comes out November 3rd. In case you want to get it on Kindle Limited or whatever, there you go. This is the book. Very exciting. If I say so myself. That being said, we're just gonna get started. I think we're gonna do big books first and then build our way to smaller, like more petite books. By petite, I mean these things are fucking gigantic. However, I have a hard time pulling them up. Starting with House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J Maas. I don't believe I'll read it. I don't think I'm reading any more Sarah J Maas. And who knows, maybe eventually I will read them. I really did love Front of Glass. I'm just not liking Core Thorns and Roses like at all. I don't know. I also got Iron Flame in that same sale. They ended up being, I think it was a bundle, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say it was like a bundle where I got both of them for a really low price or something. This is the second book in Fourth Wing. I don't think I'll read it either, just for the simple fact that like I felt like Fourth Wing was quite good. I really liked Fourth Wing. Rebecca Yarros as a person, I don't particularly love. I've also heard nothing but horrible things about the rest of that series. It plays a factor in my head. Next we have Cabiasis by R.F. Kuang, the first of two R.F. Kuangs on this list. I have already read this. This is going to come out into a spoiler video for you very soon. This follows, I guess I didn't talk about those. I don't know what those follows. This I do know what follows. This follows two people as they descend into hell to go get their professor from hell so they can get, it's like a recommendation letter. That's the whole point of this. And like I said, I'll have a whole spoiler video coming out very soon for this. If there are any spoiler videos for these at all, I will link them down below for obvious reasons. I also picked up Sunrise on the Reaping this quarter as well by Suzanne Collins. The story has a full spoiler video in case you're interested in it. I adored this book. This is Hamish's story in the Hunger Games. His games is a second quarter quell, which means 2 people from every district had to go in, and so there's 46 people in the games, and it's following his journey and stuff. Would highly recommend it if you are a fan. Then we'll quickly run through some Brandon Sanderson. I have more Brandon Sanderson to run through. I'm obviously collecting everything that he's ever written, so that just comes with the process. I will be reading all these as well. You should see swirly videos talking everything Brandon Sanderson here relatively soon. But we have The Way of Kings, and then we also have The Wards of Radiance. This is book 2. This is the first 2 books in the Store of My Archives. I also have book 3. It's just baby. It's a baby version, so they're not on the same size. But that's the thing when you're buying books like half off. Kind of gotta accept the version they give you, and these ones just happen to be pretty gigantic. I'm very excited. I'm very close to starting The Way of Kings. I think I'm still pretty far off from reading The Wards of Radiance. I mean, these books are like 2,000 pages, so you know what I mean? I'm very far off no matter what, but like I'm a bit closer. Finally, I picked up My Heart is Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. Obviously, it was a half price book, so I was like, yeah, I gotta get it. This is the first book of my favorite trilogy of all time. This I can tell you about. This follows Jade as she believes she's living through a modern day slasher, and maybe she is. This is a slow burn slasher in my opinion. The actual slasher elements pop out still 75%. I would recommend looking at the triggers though. There's a lot of graphic content that happens in here. However, it is like one of my favorite books of all time. It is not my favorite in the trilogy. Everybody knows Don't Fear the Reaper, which you guys can't see it, is my favorite book in the trilogy. However, bitch, I do adore. I'm so happy with that reread. It was so good. Unshockingly. Then we'll talk about, I got books 2 and 3. I've only ever owned the 1st and 5th book in Heartstopper, and because Heartstopper is ending next year, very sad, don't want to talk about it. I will talk about, but it'll be at my 5-star predictions. I'll probably my 26 and 26 because it's too short to be in a 5-star. We'll see where it lands. But either way, I've never owned the rest of the series, so I picked up books 2 and book 3. Heartstopper follows Nick and, I was gonna say Joe, but that's not right. Nick and Charlie as their romance over their high school years. I adore these. They are my favorite. They are comfort reads. I think book 4, which is the one I don't own, is one of my least favorites, if I'm not mistaken. Then I also picked up the new Emily Henry, Great Big Beautiful Life. I also really love this. This was a 5-star prediction this year, so I have a whole video talking about it. I also have a whole video talking about every Heartstopper book. Oh my god, I forgot. I'll link all these things down below. Great Big Beautiful Life follows our two leads. They both are striving for the same job to write a memoir on this like really famous actress. That's also a slight romance in between. A lot of people are saying it's literary fiction. In my opinion, this is a perfect balance between romance and like the interpersonal drama that's going on. So if you're interested in that, I definitely think it's worth it. And lastly, we'll talk about Constantine Cornfield with this first stack. Then we'll move into the second stack by Adam Cersei. This is going to turn into a movie, which I thought was okay, but I'm excited to watch it this month after my reread. I do reread Constantine Cornfield every Halloween. It's just a thing. So we'll reread the book and we'll watch the movie. I'm very excited for both. Constantine Cornfield follows our main character, I was going to say Jade, but it's Quinn, as she moves to the small town of Kettle Springs, where she is like, after 2 days of being there, a whole massacre happens, and she is a part of that massacre. Like, she's the final girl in the situation. Okay, I don't really know how to describe it. First, let's talk Babel by R.F. Kuang. I just needed to own it. I needed to have it in my collection. I still have yet to read it, but it gives me more intention to read it. And I have a feeling, just based on what I've heard and read and stuff, I'm going to want the physical book in front of me while I read it. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm a little nervous though, because I have learned I'm not really a dark academia type of girly, and I know that's what that does follow. I'm just hoping it's not like a romance. I'm not really a fan if it is. I have no idea what this is about, but I absolutely loved the cover. This is called Infinite Country by Patricia Engel. I couldn't tell you a single thing, but isn't that gorgeous? I find that to be beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Teal is being held at a correctional facility for adolescent girls in the Foster Mountains of Colombia after committing an impulsive act of violence that may or may not be warranted. She urgently needs to get out and get back home to Bottega, where her father and a plane ticket to the United States are waiting for her. As she misses her flight, she might also miss her chance to finally be reunited with her family in the north. Okay, so it sounds very heavy. We also obviously bought the brand new Cassandra Clare book, which I will be reading as well. This is for 25 and 25. I just need to read the first one. Don't judge me like that. I also picked up The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin, another series I'm hoping to read of N.K. Jemisin, and I will be trying her other one, The Broken Earth, because I've been told nothing but good things. I feel like I need to go back. Then I also grabbed a copy of Leave the World Behind by Rumarn Alma. I figured it'd be kind of fun to read the book and do analysis on the movie I've never seen. So I got that. I picked up Blood Sky Cone because I'm trying to pick up a book every week. I've been failing at this. Obviously, it's fine. We achieved some goals, but this is a random book. I love the fact that she was blue. I've yet to read it though. I'm very excited. It is. Whew, she's a tough one, but yeah. I picked up Dear Martin by Nick Stone. I just really wanted to own it. I absolutely adored it when I read it, and I've liked other stuff that Nick Stone has written as well. Definitely an author that I have been following for a while now, and so I picked up a good copy of it. Look at this cover. Look at this cover. Look at it. It's so gorgeous. Look at it. Look at it. Oh my god. Skate of the Sea by Natasha Bonin. Truly have no idea what this is about either. A way to survive, a way to serve, a way to save. Samurai prayed to the gods once. Now she serves them as Mayumi Wada, a mermaid collecting the souls of those who died at the sea, blessing their journeys back home. What the fuck? I didn't even know this is mermaids. I don't know if I love mermaids. Oh, there's a fucking tail, Jacob. Jesus. Either way. It's gorgeous. I had to pick it up. Yeah, some of these were just random whims, okay? Speaking of random whim, I also picked up Paulus Fully Carry, Amanda Gorman's poems. I read this for a Goodreads video, Never Saw the Light of Day. And I really liked it. I think I gave it like a 4 out of 5. And so I was like, oh, we could pick it up and do a good read of it again. Probably. Now we're jumping into my baby books. They're baby books because they're so small. So first things first, we have Dawn Shard, which is story, I want to say. Yeah, it's a novella taking place between Oathbringer and Rhythm of War. So that's when I will read this. And so I just want to go ahead and grab a copy of it because I'll eventually get there. Speaking of Oathbringer, I also have a baby version of Oathbringer. Look at this. Look at it. I mean, honestly, I kind of love it small. There's so many pages though. Like, so many pages. And I got really nervous because I saw that other ones are breaking them up into like part 1, part 2s. This is the whole thing for Oathbringer, and it's so much more, I like it much better. So other books by Brandon Sanderson that I knew I needed to grab, I also grabbed Elantris. I know eventually I'll read Elantris. If I'm not mistaken, Elantris is the first book he ever wrote, or one of the first books he ever wrote, and so I'm really excited to be able to read that. And of course, I could not pick up Mistborn, even if all my Mistborns are going to be different sizes and different covers. I don't care. Eventually, I will own collector's editions of them all. Mistborn is just so immensely good that I had to get a copy. So I got a copy. Guys, those are all the books I'm hauling today. It's a lot of books. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I did. I'll talk to you all next time. Thanks for watching.